Everyone, have you ever wondered how companies like Amazon or Netflix instantly know it's you? So no matter which device account or email you use, right? So well, in Salesforce Data Cloud, the magic is called identity resolution. So today we are diving deep into how you can merge scattered customer data into one single source of truth, so you can truly know your customers just like they know you, right? So we will explore what identity resolutions rule sets are, how to create them, best practices, and even a real world example of connecting the dots between six different records of one single customer, right? So whether you are Salesforce Pro or just starting your data cloud journey, stick around. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to set up and optimize your own identity resolution rules to get cleaner, smarter, and more actionable data. So let's get started. Now that we understand the basic of data cloud and unified profile, so let's talk about one of the most important feature that makes all the magic possible. So identity resolution. So identity resolution is the process of identifying and linking multiple records from different data sources that actually belong to the same person. So in real world business, so customer data often lives in multiple systems like CRM, marketing tools, e-commerce platform, and service applications, etc. And each of these systems may store slightly different details about the same individual. So for example, imagine you have a customer record in service cloud with the name of Rachel Johnson or and phone number, right? Another records in marketing cloud with the name of the suppose Rachel J and email addresses. So and a third record is loyalty cloud with Rachan J, right? And a Twitter handle. So on their own, each system thinks these are different customer, but in reality they are all the same person. So this is where identity resolution steps in. So it analyzes the records, looks for similarities and unique identifiers, and then creates a single unified profile, giving you a customer 360 view of your customer, right? So like this is giving you a complete 360 view of your customer. So in Salesforce, now we are talking about how identity resolution works. So in Salesforce Data Cloud, identity resolution works using something called a rule sets. A rule sets contain a collection of matching rules and reconciliation rules. So if I am talking about matching rules, so matching rules define how records are compared, for example by exact email, fuzzy name, or phone number. And reconciliation rules define which sources data is considered the most trustworthy when combining records. So we will go deeper into these rule sets later, but for now just remember the goal is to make sure every records of the same person is connected into one unified individual ID. Okay, so if we are now we are talking about the creating an identity resolution rule set. So create an identity resolution rule set in data cloud is straightforward. So here is the process, like you have to navigate to the identity resolution tab in data cloud, click new, select the individual entity. This means we are creating rules to unify person records, and optionally add a rule set ID up to 4 character long. Keep in mind one set this ID can't be changed. Okay, so and then gives your rule set name click next, give your rule set name and optional description to help identify its purpose. Click save. Okay, once you publish the rule set for the first time, data cloud starts creating unified profile within 24 hours. After that, update happens on a daily basis. Okay, so and now one of the question is why identity resolution matter, right? So why is this so important? Because without identity resolution, your customer data stays fragmented. You might send a duplicate marketing emails, miss key service history, or fail to recognize a loyal customer. With identity resolution, you eliminate duplicate records, get a single accurate view of each customer, personalized interactions based on the full history, improve reporting and analytics. And remember, your unified profile are only as good as your source data. So clean and consistent data is the foundation for accurate identity resolution. So this is all about the identity resolution. So next we will discuss about the match rules and reconciliation rules. Now that we know what identity resolution is and why it's so powerful, let's zoom in on the first major component that makes it work: match rules. So think of match rules like the detective's toolkit in identity resolutions. They decide how data cloud compares to records to figure out whether they belongs to the same person. Okay, so what is the match rule? So in Salesforce Data Cloud, a match rule is simply a set of conditions that compares field between two records. If the comparison meets the criteria you set, Data Cloud considers those records a potential match. For example, you might say match to records if their email addresses are exactly the same, or match to records if their first name and last name and phone number are the same. You can get more flexible by using fuzzy matching, like which allows slight differences. For example, matching like John Smith, there is if like suppose option is John, that is spelling is Smith spelling is SMITH, and you are matching with John and Smith spelling is SMYTH, like this. Okay, so why do we need match rules? So basically, in real words data, exact matches are rare, right? Typos, nicknames, and inconsistent formatting can all cause mismatches. So without match rules, even tiny differences would make the system think two records are different people, right? So that's why match rules are essential. So they allow us to define what similar enough means in our business context. So types of match rules. So we have like in the Salesforce Data Cloud, we is generally used two main types of matching. So first one is exact match, and in the exact match requires the values in the chosen field to be identical. Okay, so suppose your email is equal to email, phone number is equal to phone number. Perfect for a field like customer ID or national ID, where like precision is critical. Okay, so it should be exactly same. But in the and second one is the fuzzy match, and fuzzy match looks for values that are close enough. Look, even if not identical, this is great for names and addresses where typos or variation are common. Okay, so suppose your suppose my name is Priyanka, right? And I have my name is PRIYANKA, and also I have given one more name like PRIY like NKA, and that could be considered a match. 123 main street and 123 main ST dot could also match under fuzzy rules. Okay, so there is like this we can use the fuzzy match rules. Okay, so how match rules works? So when you set up match rules, you tell Data Cloud which field to compare, like first, for example, first name, last name, email, which type of matching to apply to each field, like exact or fuzzy, whether all conditions must match, or if any conditions is enough to consider two records the same. Once the rules are defined, Data Cloud uses them every time new data flows in, comparing it against existing records to see if there is a match. So let's take a simple example for this. So we create a match rule that says email must be an exact match and last name must be a fuzzy name. So if we have these two records, suppose I have one of the Priyanka, and email is priyanka dot 123@example.com, right? And second one is suppose Priyanka Grehari, which is my last name, and email is priyanka 123@example.com. So even though the last name are slightly different, the fuzzy match on last name will still consider them the same person, because the email is an exact match, right? So like this you can use your match rules. So best practices of match rules is to make your match rules more effective by using the multiple fields. Like don't rely on a single field unless it's guaranteed unique, like a government ID. Apply fuzzy matching for human entered text field like names and addresses. Use exact match for field that should be unique and precise, like account numbers. Test your rules on sample data before publishing them to ensure you are not over matching or under matching. So remember, if your match rules are too tricky, you will miss valid matches. If they are too loose, so you might merge unrelated records, right? So in these you have to aware on these best practices. So this is all about the match rules. So next is we are talking about the reconciliation rules. So now that we know how match rules find potential duplicates, it's time to talk about the next step in identity resolution: reconciliation rule. So if match rules are about finding the records that belongs to belongs together. Reconciliation rules are about deciding which data to keep when we merge those records into a single golden customer profile. So now we are talking about what are the reconciliation rules. So in Salesforce Data Cloud, a reconciliation rule determines how the system chooses the best values for each field when multiple records match. So for example, imagine you have two matches records for the same person. Record A phone number, record B phone number. Like suppose record A phone number 9876543210 like this, and record B have 9876500000 like this, right? Which is one is correct, right? That's where reconciliation rules step in. So they define the winning values for that field based on your chosen logic. So why it is important? Because without reconciliation rule, merging records could lead to incomplete or incorrect data. Think about it. If one record has the latest email addresses and another has the most recent purchase history, so you want to make sure the final unified record has both the latest and most accurate details, right? So reconciliation rules ensure the merged profile is the single source of truth for your business. So how reconciliation rule also works? So when you set up a reconciliation rule in Data Cloud, you tell it like which field the rule applies to. For example, phone, email addresses, birth date. How to choose it? The winning value when there are conflicts, right? Just like here is you can see in the screen. So some of the common selection method include like most recent value, choose the value update most recently in any sources, most frequent values, fix the values that appears most often across matched rules records, priority sources, like always picks the values from our preferred data source like your CRM over a third party form. Non-blank values, like keeps the value that isn't empty, useful for field that might be missing in some records, right? So for example, let's say we set up a reconciliation rule for the phone number field that says choose the most recent values, right? So we have two matched records. So first one is the phone and second one is last updated, and then we can use phone and last updated days January and suppose February, right? So when merged, the golden records will keep that particular phone number because it is the most recent entry. So this way your system automatically keeps the freshest and most accurate information without manual cleanup, right? So you can see in this screen we are just use our these reconciliation rules. We can prioritize our records according to ourselves, right? So according to our criteria and everything. So here we need to aware some best practices for reconciliation rules also. So to make the most out of a reconciliation rule, different field may need different logics. So for example, addresses might use the most recent rule, while customer ID should use priority source. Test on sample data, see how the rules perform before applying them in production. Document your rules so that everyone on your team knows how to golden records is being created. And last one is keep your sources ranked. Like if you are using priority based rules, make sure your source ranking is correct, right? So this is all about the reconciliation rules. So now we are talking about the Profile Explorer in Data Cloud. So Profile Explorer is like a customer 360-degree view tools inside Salesforce Data Cloud. So it helps you look at all the information about a single customers in one place. That is their personal details, purchase, interactions, website visit, email engagement, and many more. So think of it as a digital customer's diary where every touch point and activity is recorded in one profile, right? So why we need do we need Profile Explorer? Because in a business, customer data usually comes from different places. So like a CRM, sales records, opportunities, website browsing behaviors related data, mobile app related logins and purchase data, email campaigns in here related to opens and clicks data, support systems cases, complaints data, etc., right? So without a unified view, teams only see pieces of the customer story. With the Profile Explorer, Data Cloud unified all this data into one customer profile. So you can see here. So how it works. So see, identity resolution match and merge. Data cloud identifies that that I have set here, match exact email, normalize email addresses, exact last name, exact phone numbers, fuzzy last name, right? These type of match rule I have set, right? And in this profile unifications, it brings together all attribute like emails, phone, and that names, etc., into a single golden records. Okay, so profile explorer view, you can search for a search, see here I have searched this for the that particular customer's name or phone number. Then you can see here it is showing customer your records, and here you can see how many records is merged and how many data is interacted here, and what type of sources is connected here, right? So this is like this you can use your profile explorer. So basically profile explorer is nothing but it's so many benefits if you are using here. So a benefit for 360-degree unified view of each customers, helps personalize marketing campaigns, supports better customer services, makes it easier to spot loyal or at a risk customers. So data driven decisions for sales, service, and marketing. So basically, in short, we can say Profile Explorer is equal to your one-stop dashboard to view everything about a customer in Salesforce Data Cloud. So uh, just like that, you can see here all the records which is we have match using our idea. You can clearly see all the records in here in your Profile Explorer. So this is all about the Profile Explorer things. Okay, so next we will discuss about all the another part of data cloud. Okay, now we are talking about some match and reconciliations rules differences. So match versus reconciliation rules. So to put it simply, like match rules find the duplicates and reconciliation rules decide which details to keep when duplicates merge together. So they form the brain and the judgment system of identity resolution, right? So yeah, so this is the about the match and reconciliation rules differences. Everyone, have you ever wondered how companies like Amazon or Netflix instantly know it's you? So no matter which device account or email you use, right? So well, in Salesforce Data Cloud, the magic is called identity resolution. So today we are diving deep into how you can merge scattered customer data into one single source of truth, so you can truly know your customers just like they know you, right? So we will explore what identity resolutions rule sets are, how to create them, best practices, and even a real world example of connecting the dots between six different records of one single customer, right? So whether you are Salesforce Pro or just starting your data cloud journey, stick around. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to set up and optimize your own identity resolution rule set to get cleaner, smarter, and more actionable data. So let's get started.